Hey guys, I'm just popping in for a quick hello. I've kind of been MIA for the last month. Um, so I thought I'd just kind of quickly say hi to everybody. I am, as always, I talk about food here. I am right now working my way through some potatoes and salsa, just having dinner, and realized I had a couple minutes and I just want to pop in and say hi. I will be completely disconnected for about a week starting on Wednesday. But after that, I want to, as I've set the intention so many times before, but I want to start something regular. And I find that it gets my momentum works a lot better when I have some kind of questions to work off of, or if you guys have any questions or comments or any suggestions for some video ideas, I think I might start to go a little bit beyond just food as well. As I get my business started a little bit more, I've kind of got 3 pillars. Which have loosely over time been nutrition, movement, and creative expression. And for me specifically, nutrition is eating plant-based as much as possible and really plant-based whole food. And when you think about it, a lot of people think that using olive oil or coconut oil or something like that, it's not a whole food. If you're using oils for cooking, you're not doing a whole food. It's a part of a food. Just like when you're taking a supplement, you're just using part of a food. So I really, really promote whole food and as minimal animal consumption as possible, to an ideal of absolutely none, because of the amount of health problems that it can cause. So anyway, that is I guess I'm kind of explaining the direction I'm going here. So that's my kind of nutrition spectrum. Right now I'm eating whole yellow potatoes, including the skin. There's actually a lot of nutrition in the skin. When the skin is a little thinner, like on these yellow fleshed ones, they're delicious. I didn't need to peel them. Some salsa with whole tomatoes, some onions, some spices. Earlier today I had some fruit. So really whole food, eating a food the way it is, not taking any more away from that you have to. Obviously, if you have a banana, you're going to take the peel off. You're not going to eat the peel. So anyway, that's my nutrition spectrum. Movement. Some of you know, some of you don't. I am a Ashtanga yoga teacher. Right now, I teach more to a beginner level. I teach at the university, or my McMaster University, on Monday evenings. So tonight, I teach a power yoga class, actually like an hour and a half. I teach a power class, which is very Ashtanga inspired, a lot of flows, a lot of movement, kind of just, get the circulatory system going. And then following that one, I teach a class to beginners. So very basic movements, a lot of restorative movements, opening the hips, opening areas of the body that are generally quite tight. And so this one, I'll give a lot more details, slower paced. And then tomorrow I'm starting my first day with, I have a corporate lunch hour gig with a group of people, and they want something very, very gentle. So it's funny, I'm coming from an Ashtanga style where it's very vigorous, very sweaty and intense, and working with beginners, but I find that I'm learning so much working with beginners, learning how restricted some people's bodies are. So that's it's a neat experience. So that's my movement. That's movement for me. Although I do love vigorous stuff right now, my body, and part of the reason I've been off for the last month, I've just kind of needed to take some downtime from everything. But moving back into it, I'm going to get back to my Ashtanga practice soon. Eventually it'll be a daily practice. Yeah, so I'm teaching a couple days a week right now. If you guys would like to see any yoga type stuff, let me know. And then creative expression. Now, the first thing that I went to school for after high school, I'm actually an illustrator and portrait artist, and I do hand-drawn typography. When I finished school, I got a couple great contracts, but I learned that I really didn't like to do my creativity for others. It really kind of sucked out of me everything that I loved about it. So I really set it aside for a while. But I've always loved doing creative things. I've always loved using my hands. And so even though I'm not drawing as much right now, I am getting back to my needlework. It's always when the temperature starts dropping, it's pretty cool here right now. Everything's like hovering between 0 and 10 degrees. So I love to get yarn back in my hands, and that's either in the form of knitting or crochet. Right now I have rediscovered my love of crochet, and last night while watching some documentaries, I made all of these little, what is it with 6? Hexagon? Yeah, a whole bunch of them. They're all stuck together because I couldn't find my scissors. But they're really pretty. I was inspired by a pattern that I saw, so maybe you guys can see it there. So I'm making a bunch of these, and I have some other colored yarn, so I'm going to make a whole bunch of them. And a friend of mine takes part in a group in Burlington, Ontario called Sew on Fire. And they make like blankets and hats and stuff, and make huge like shipments to countries where people don't have stuff. So, you know, sending it to somewhere where they're less fortunate and it's really cold, hats and blankets to keep them warm, that type of thing. So I'm going to make a bunch of blankets to send off to that, but maybe I will show you guys my progress as I go. Right now, this is the very start of it, so I made up this pattern. It'll kind of piece together like a quilt. So all the edges will go together like this. And I'm not sure how I'll do the edges yet, but that's how it's kind of gonna come together. So it's pretty neat. And so it gives me something little to do. Working with little pieces like this makes it easy for me to carry in my purse. If I've got a couple minutes to sit around, it takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to make each one. So that's kind of my creativity right now. I've always found knitting and crochet to be almost like a meditative or yogic experience in itself. It's just that, it's that repetition, doing something, giving yourself a single point of focus. If you're not paying attention, you usually lose a stitch or make a knot or something like that. So that's some of the stuff that I'm working on right now. And that's a little update. I guess it's a little bit more than I expected to give you guys. Again, so I'm going to be back. I'm going to try to fit in a video either tomorrow or Wednesday, but I do leave Thursday morning. I'm going to be completely disconnected. I'm going out in the backcountry on an awesome canoe trip, which I've been waiting for all summer. And I will be back late Monday night, Canadian Thanksgiving. And starting next Tuesday, I would love to start doing weekday videos every single day. So please give me some suggestions on topics. And I'd love to start filling up this channel and talk about some things that you guys want to hear about. And other than that, if I don't talk to you this week, I will see you guys when I get back. Have a great day. Happy Monday. Bye.